How's it going, everybody? This is JTech95, and today we've got a pretty interesting little build we're going to do today. Well, rebuild, actually. This is a Hyundai 286 personal computer. The Super-286 was a line of personal computer systems developed by Hyundai around 1987 and 1988. They came with 8 to 12 MHz switchable 286 processors, 640K of RAM, expandable to 1 MB, and they also came usually with a 20 or 30 MB hard drive with a retail price of between $1,295 and $1,845. They're incredibly popular in their native South Korea and soon found their way to the United States as well. So as we can see, in the shape it's in right now, it's pretty bare bones. I mean, we've still got the slot cover there, which is nice, but it's missing its 5¼ inch floppy drive here in the front. And here in the back we can see it's a little bit dirty, especially around the power switch. We've got a parallel and a serial port, keyboard port, and not exactly sure what's back here. Looks like something with dip switches, maybe a, not sure. This one looks like it might be a monochrome or CGA video card, and this is maybe another parallel port. But here we can see the model number. It's a Hyundai Super-286C. Manufactured March of 1988. So yeah, pretty bare bones machine as it sits right now. But what we're going to be doing in this episode is we're going to be opening this thing up, seeing what all it's got in it, seeing what it needs to run again, testing it out, and yeah, going from there and seeing how it happens, see what happens. So sit back and hang tight. We're going to rebuild this Hyundai 286 and give it a new lease on life, this time on JTech95. Welcome back to JTech95. So yeah, like I said, this is a Hyundai Super-286C. As we can see with this example we've got right here, like I said in the intro there, it's pretty empty. So I think the first order of business will be to open the machine up. There we go. Let's see what's inside this thing. Okay, well, so far, I don't see any corrosion. Oh, okay. There we go. So it's got this, that's cool. Radio Shack replace a cell rechargeable battery. And it's unplugged. So we're just gonna take that out of here. As I don't know how long this thing has been in there. And it's wrapped in electrical tape. Yeah, we don't trust that. Oh, piece of paper. Rip by Comport. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be meaning, but oh well. So, let's see. And we got a got a stray modem just floating around in here. Let's see. It's an EverX system, model EV920. Okay, just a standard modem. Okay, that's kind of weird. They're just floating around in there. All right, let's see here. All right, got the BIOS chips right there. 286C BIOS odd and even. Award BIOS. Okay, 3.03A. Let's see. And unless I miss my guess, this is the processor. Let's see here. I'd imagine this maybe. Not sure how that's supposed to come off, but we'll figure that out later. The chipset is by Chips. It's a P82A20H. This one right here. Okay. Let's turn this around a little bit. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so we've got a hard disk controller card, an MFM one, a Western Digital, it's a WD1003. Okay, and this right here, I would definitely assume would be a CGA or monochrome card. And this little guy right here, manufactured by Craft Systems Incorporated. FCC ID number BKL 820044-6. I'm going to look this up really quick. Okay, I'm back. So according to the web, this was made for a Craft Systems joystick. Okay, I'll have to do a little more searching for that. See what I can find. Okay, well, let's get these cards out of here really quick. Okay, we got the cards out of there. Now we can see in here a little better. Seems like it's fully populated with RAM, and the chips are, let's see here. Looks to be 64K chips. Let's see, I still can't figure out how to get that cover off the processor. Let's see here. Okay, down there, Hyundai Super-286 system board. Not sure what this thing is right here. It's kind of risen here off the board. That's interesting. Okay. Power supply's a little dusty. Quite a bit dusty. We're gonna probably take that out really quick and dust it off. But yeah, I'm going to check the retro web and see if I can find anything else about this board. Alright guys, we took the motherboard out of the case so we could get a better look at it. And right over here on the retro web, I found what looks to be at least very, very close to the same board. This is a Revision C board, and the one I'm showing here says Revision C through F8 here on the retro web. Okay, let's see here. We got switch 5, 6, and 7, and switch 1. Alright, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, there's switch 5. Switch 7 doesn't even have pins, and switch 6 does, and then here's the switchboard. Let's see. Jumper 5. There's some glue on it, which is kind of strange. I'm not sure why they have glue on it, but oh well. And we'll fiddle with that later. Well, maybe I actually be able to get it off. Well, some of it. Oh well. Now we have this power connector. This is a little bit different than a normal AT power connector. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like 11 pins, which is kind of strange, but a little different. And up here is that weird little raised up circuit board that I was talking about. It's right above the keyboard port, and it looks like it has a jumper wire that goes from right here up to the board. So I'm not sure what that is, because in the picture I'm seeing here, I'm not seeing that. So I'm not sure if that was a goof that was corrected at the factory or what. But yeah, and then we have some more bodge wires here along the side. Okay, well, at the very least, it looks like the board is similar enough, so we might be able to get the information on the jumpers and switches for it. So yeah, so that's helpful. Let's really quick get this board and power supply outside and get them blown out, get all this dust off of them. Alrighty, we got the board and the power supply outside here, and we'll get this thing blown off really quick. Well, we got it a little bit cleaner. Had to use a little bit of a stronger force to get it off of the dust off of there, but got quite a bit. I'll do a little bit more later. I just wanted to get the majority of it off. We look here inside of the power supply. I'm not seeing any bulging from any of the caps, so that's a plus side. Everything really looks pretty good in here, all things considered. So yeah, I feel fairly comfortable plugging this thing in, giving it a shot. So let's get this cover put back on and get the board and the power supply back downstairs and put the thing back together and see what happens. Well guys, we got the power supply and the motherboard back in the case. Obviously, for testing purposes, I'm not plugging the board in yet. And what we're going to do is check the voltage coming off of the Molex connectors. Let me get my leads ready. There we go, right here. And my lovely assistant Sarah is going to hit the switch. Alrighty, you ready? Alright. 3, 2, 1. Well, the fan's working. Let's see what we get for the 12-volt rail first. It's kind of hard to do around the thing, but... Whoop. Okay, I was on the wrong one. We got 5 volts. That's good. Let's switch over here. 12 volt. Okay, cool. Well, that eases my mind. We have 12 volts and 5 volts, just like we're supposed to. Sweet. Alrighty, shut her down. Cool. Alrighty, guys, I think we're about ready to pop a video card in here and a postcard analyzer and see what this puppy can do. Alrighty, guys, so we got... What I did was I just put my Orchid ProDesigner 1 in there just to test it out. Just because VGA is easier. It looks better than monochrome or CGA. And plus I'm planning on upgrading this anyway. So, we got a keyboard in, video card, monitor. So, the moment of truth. Throw the switch, Sarah. Okay. Alright, we got a post. Testing system memory. Okay, we have 640K. CMOS RAM error check battery run setup. Well, that makes sense. We don't even have a battery in. Control Alt Escape for setup. Okay. Well, it's alive. So, yeah, let's dig into this thing a little bit more. Alrighty, so we see that the machine works. That's a blessing. Now, a couple things we got to do. We've got to add a hard drive to this, a floppy drive, and a CMOS battery. So let's go see what we can find. Okay, so as we can see, we have quite a jumbled mess here. We did get a CMOS battery installed, as you can see up here. I had to go through several different floppy drives. I was having a really hard time getting this machine to detect floppy drives correctly. I went through about 4 or 5 different 5 1/4s until I finally found one that worked. I ended up using this Epson SD600. This is a 1.2 meg floppy disk drive. And for a hard drive, I'm going to use this Seagate ST225. They're just really good drives, and I have them in several other machines, and they, work very well. The original cables for the MFM controller, they didn't want to work. I don't know what was going on with them. Pardon that. I dropped something. I couldn't understand why they weren't working, so I ended up using different cables. I know the colors don't match, but it seems to work. So, with that being said, let's power this thing on and see what we get. Okay, so we got something on the screen. So that's a good thing. There we go. Testing memory, 640K, good. Okay, it does do the floppy drive seek. That's good. And there we go, starting MS-DOS, booting off the hard drive. Incidentally, I already had just a very base install of MS-DOS on this drive, aka command.com. That's it. That was all I really put on the hard drive. I'd formatted this drive before with a Western Digital controller card, and the controller card in this is also Western Digital. So it ended up working. Because something interesting about MFMs, it's been discussed by people like Adrian Black from Adrian's Digital Basement and things like that. MFM drives are actually really stupid. They don't really have brains. Everything that they do is dependent on the controller card. So, for example, if I formatted this Seagate drive here with a controller card from, say, Intel or something like that, and then I plugged that same drive into a controller made by Western Digital, it wouldn't want to read write. It just would not read write. So, yeah, that was one of the main problems with MFM drives. So, now that that's all said and done, let's put this machine together and get rid of this whole mess.
But before this, we should test it, make sure it all goes together.
That's a good idea, so we don't end up putting the whole thing together and then have something go kerplunk after doing all that work. What you running there?
Landmark System Speed Test.
Ooh, good idea. All right, let's do it.
As we can see, the CPU is running 11.25 megahertz, and the video is getting 1317.75, which can be expected for a system like this.
Yeah, for being a 286 running at only about 8 megahertz, I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, it'll do the job. It'll play Pac-Man, right? Alrighty, now let's get this thing put together. Well, at long last, we have the machine together. And I think she looks pretty good. Yeah, she fits well with this IBM color monitor. Something I didn't notice until just a little bit ago was this sticker here on the side of the case. This equipment is maintained by CRC, Computer Resources Company. So yeah, well, I doubt they're in business anymore, but figured I'd show that. That's pretty cool.
Now, without further ado,
and we have power. Sweet. She's alive. Well, the machine's alive, so that's a plus.
yeah.
And you'll notice the wardrobe change. Yeah, this project took me a few days. Work gets in the way of fun. So I think the only thing really left to do is try out a game. And, because, you know, part of course, you have an old computer, play an old game on it. I'll let you pick. Pac-Man or Galaxian?
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man? Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Looks like we're going to play Pac-Man. Here you go.
Alright, let's try this out.
Sweet. Well, guys, the machine's alive.
Yep.
Well, it took a little bit of time and a little bit of hair pulling, but she's finally working again. And, yeah, it'll be kind of cool to have this in the collection alongside her sister, the Mitsubishi 286. So now I have two computers made by car companies, Hyundai and Mitsubishi.
Nice.
It's Hyundai or Hyundai. I don't know. Hyundai. I don't care. I don't drive one, so I don't know. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment on what you thought in the comment section down there. Hit that like button if you liked what you saw here. And if you didn't like it, well, then hit the thumbs down button. Please don't. And yeah, if you like what you see on this channel with retro vintage computing stuff, retro vintage, that was a double positive, but oh well. Retro computing content, just hit that subscribe button. We'd love to hear from you guys. Anyways, that's it for this episode, and we hope to see you in the next one. Catch y'all later.
Bye.